How you doing, everyone? Turkey Buzzard here. Hope you're having a good day. I'm here at Abernathy Farm, where I've built an underground railroad safe house. Now, a couple weeks ago, Mizz WilzzzZ asked me if I'd ever done a railroad build, and I thought that was a really good idea. Mizz WilzzzZ also puts out Fallout 4 videos. So if you haven't checked her channel out, you really should check her out. I will put a link in the description. But anyways, let's go down to the ground and I'll show you what I've done with this place. So I decided to do an underground build here, and I really didn't do anything at all to Abernathy's house. I did give him a little power and some lights. But other than that, I left the place exactly as I found it. I wanted it to look like a struggling farm so that if anybody happened by, they wouldn't become suspicious. But you'll notice here that this place is marked as an ally to the railroad. So if anybody from the railroad comes, they'll notice these markers, and this one points toward the safe house. Now, before I take you down into the safe house, I just want to show you around the outside a little bit. This is where their ground started to slope down, and I decided to use the ground mod and level it out, and it blended in nicely. I really like the way that came out. Now, for some reason, you cannot move their cow. I tried putting a feeding trough over here, but the cow wouldn't come over. So I ended up killing the cow, and I gave him a new cow. And of course I built the barn. And then out back here I put some more trees, bushes, things like that, and I fenced around the entire place. So it didn't come out too bad. Now as we go into the barn, I wanted this to look like a regular barn garage type deal with all kinds of junk laying around. But you'll notice there's a marker here that marks this as a safe house. And then on that piece of equipment is an arrow pointing downward. So this is the railroad safe house, and I wanted to model it after the one at the Old North Church. It's obviously not exactly the same, but I wanted to have the same feel to it. So you won't see any pre-war stuff down here. It's all pretty much lore friendly. Well, this is the guy that runs the place. Obviously we can't have the original people here. They're busy at the Old North Church. There's their secretary that keeps track of everything that's going on, all the different dead drops, who's where, things like that. Now this is their version of Doc Carrington. Looks like she's working on a synth. And they also have their own version of Tinker, who looks a little bit different. But you'll notice he has a meal over there on the counter there. And since these guys really like their gadgets, of course they're going to want to keep them protected, so he can close that off so that it's hidden. And of course they have some weapons on the wall, so they're pretty well set there.
Huh? Yes.
They also have some weapons and ammo here. And of course they needed a place for everybody to sleep. You know, the railroad guys, any of the workers, any synths that they bring in. So I made sure to give them all kinds of beds. Plenty of beds. But as I said, I wanted to keep this pretty much like the one at the old North Church. Had the same feel to it, so I wanted to keep it kind of lore friendly. And they had to have food for everybody. So they got plenty of food supplies stocked up, cold drinks and whatever. Stove to cook on. This is the area where Pam would be. Now I'm currently experiencing a glitch with my Ada quests. So I wasn't able to put a Pam here right now. Hopefully I can get that taken care of soon. And when synths come in, some of them may be dressed in Institute clothing or whatever. So of course they need some clothes here so that the synths can change and look more normal and blend in with the Commonwealth. Now, obviously, they also need an escape route. So, they have this spot. Now, if anybody happens into this place, it just looks like some guy and his dog came in here and were moonshining. And, of course, the guy died. And so did his dog. That way it looks like just a small cave type thing that nobody uses anymore. And out here it's you know, it just looks like a cave. And from a distance you'd never even know it's there. You could walk right by it and never even see it. But it is marked in a couple spots here so that any railroad guys can find the place. So that's my railroad safe house. Now next week will mark my 100th Fallout 4 video. And for that I wanted to do something special. So I decided to download a mod that gives me a pirate ship. And had a quest involved and whatever. But it's really fun. And next week I will have a pirate ship with my own crew. Hopefully you'll tune in for that. And hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. If you did, please hit that like button. I always appreciate it when you do. And as always, subscribe for more videos. I put out new videos every week. But I really want to thank you for watching. And I'll see you again next week.